Hey, welcome to another episode of the Playback Podcast with the extension of the Legacy Project, which we've been talking about for a few weeks now. So hopefully we're on the same page concerning that. Today I have a very, very special guest. Not only a great musician, not only a great artist and singer, but he's also related to me. I want y'all to welcome Quez Wheeler. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good, brother.
It's
I'm
good to see
good.
you, man.
Good
Thanks
to
so
see
much
you,
for
man.
coming. Let's get it started. Tell me how long you've been actually playing drums.
Oh man, it's gonna tell my age. Man, about 16 years now, man.
16 years.
Yeah,
You
that's-
so did you grow up in the drum? Did you grow up in music? Is your family musical family? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Oh yeah. Well, growing up, family very musically oriented, and man, this is a lot. Your dad, Uncle Charles, my sister's Carmelita. She used to actually have a group called Carmelita and Charity. I was very small. I didn't even touch a drum set then, but um. The first time I thought about playing drums, man, is King Jesus Worship Center
Wow.
on Mississippi Street. Big Mike was there playing, and prior to then, I seen you actually playing somewhere with Big Mike. I think it's Truvine,
Wow.
I believe. So I was there playing, and my first song was "Lord You're Good." Horrible, horrible, man. And Uncle Pee Wee actually, when I got to Truvine, y'all had a rehearsal or something. And I said, Uncle, I know how to play drums now. He said, boy, you know how to play no drums. I said, Big Mike, play my song. Man, played my little song, man. He was so proud of me, man. It was a great day.
Yeah.
That day, it was my first, you can say my first outing, not in put in the church, but however, my first little, my
And
first
how
little,
old were you again?
I was 12 years old,
And that was the first time you played in public.
in front of anybody. Yeah.
And so what you fifth grade or something like that?
Yeah. I was in sixth grade.
So sixth grade, 12 years old, and that's the first time you getting a chance to express yourself.
Yeah.
What led up, or who led up to you knowing or figuring out or finding out that you had a gift? Like who said, "Oh, you can play some drums, boy"? Or you can, like who put that in you?
Big Mike for
Okay.
sure. Man, it was kind of fast for me because he just threw me in the fire, man. I'm pretty sure you know about that
For
yourself.
Sure, for sure.
He threw me in the fire, man. So it was like you had musicals where drummers didn't even show up, or they just couldn't make it because they, whatever their excuse was. But he was like, "Hey, you want to play?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna make it. I don't even know the songs." He's like, "You'll be all right."
For
Yeah,
sure.
and I just jump on. It's just been thrown in the fire and thrown off the drums
Yeah, for
millions of
sure,
times,
for sure.
man. And so I believe that really brought my interest with him really believing in me and me just paying attention from afar from you, Derek Hill, Marcus England, and a lot of more guys, Chevy's,
wow.
Asunyo,
Great guy.
all them guys,
Yeah.
just coming up, Sorrento also.
Yeah, for sure.
And that what led me to really loving it because I really wasn't even into the, really going to the church thing until, how your mom is. You got to come.
gotta
That's
come.
how, it's how
Yeah.
my sister was. So when I seen that and I seen, them shells up there and seen you beating on them, seen everybody else having a piece of it, I wanted a piece of it myself. And I just, went for it. Mike seen some in me, I'm guessing. And man, that's why I'm here today, brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 12 years old, your first album. You played ball also too, right?
In high school, yep.
So, when did the confidence actually develop? Because I'm sure, and I'll say I'm assuming that it can be kind of scary, jumping out like that, no formal training, like it just Mike put you out there the same way he did me in
Yeah.
front of some guys that were probably better than you, and I'm sure you went around with some
Exactly.
sheds. And when did you get a little confidence and knew within yourself that you were actually good?
Like right after high school.
Wow.
Right.
So we talking 8 years before you
Yeah.
actually had the confidence.
Yeah, it's right. Probably 2 years after high school, I'd say, because I was looking at other guys, and it was all about proving them wrong, opposed to trying to prove myself right that I really can do this.
Wow.
So I was looking at other guys. I'm like, man, I can do that. And it's all about at the time with me, it was all about the response I get. So I was looking at cats do certain things. I'm like, man, I did that, but why they ain't
Yeah.
stream up? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But then I had to learn valuable lesson that it's not about the response, man. You just go out, you learn your music, have fun. While learning your music and have fun, while actually playing the music at the actual gig you have or church service you have that day. And it's just all about having fun opposed to trying to get somebody to respond. So that was one of the biggest things I actually struggled with, So once I got over the hill of that, things started to work out for me. I started to, settle in as, you know, who I am as a drummer, because I really, honestly, if I can be honest, I was in your shadow for a long time,
for sure.
because it's kind of, it's in our genes.
For sure.
And so honestly, I kind of made it that way, because I seen how you used to dress, man. You wore this white collar shirt and some khaki pants to church with some brown church shoes to church.
Boy.
Man, next thing you know, man, I'm going to church Sunday morning. I got my khaki khaki pants on, white school shirt with my church shoes, man. I'm like, man, so just following you and that perspective there wasn't like bad at all for me. It was like, getting the taste of professionalism at the time, not even knowing, and you not knowing, you instilling it in me at the time, and I'm not even knowing it also. So it's just having great people, all these great people around me. I tried to be like, they just so happen to be actual great people and have success at their gift and what they're trying to do in life. So it was, it was a great thing for me, at the time. And it's just, once I settled in and, like, okay, I can do this. It's like, okay, it's cool. I don't have to prove nobody. Yeah, I can be myself. I don't got to try to be like nobody. I can be who I am. It's only one Chris. It's only one Trey. It's only one Marcus Sorrento. Yeah. So I just got to be who I am,
Yeah. And it takes time. Some people take longer than others, because when I first came out, or when I first started, I was way worse than you were. Like, you have the natural gift. I tell people all the time, you are naturally better than me. And real talk, I say this behind your back and I can say it in front of your face. But when it comes to work ethic, I had to work for mine. Like, you came out, I had to literally work every day for it. You know what I'm saying? It's in my blood. But some people just not as good as others. You know what I'm saying? Same with football, same with basketball. Like, you can have it in your DNA, but it's all about how you capitalize on it. So I'm proud of you for even taking a big step and continue to go through it, even through being pushed off the drums, because we all have horror stories like that.
Most definitely.
And they can either make you or break you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm glad it made you better. Tell me about your first church job. Do you remember how old you were?
Man, 13 probably. Flower Mound Baptist Church.
They gave you a chance.
Gave me a chance. $75 a Sunday.
I'm about to say how much, because we had a podcast the other day with Marcus and Joe and Derek, and they was all telling they was getting $25 when they first started.
Yeah, 75. Well, I played 2 Sundays at King Jesus Worship Center. I wasn't always developed, but they paid me $25 a Sunday. Well, they paid me $25 this Sunday, but the next Sunday they just decided not to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that following Sunday, I started at Flower Mound with Big Mike. And, man, it just went up from there. That's where I got most of my experience from. The musicals they have each year, the sheds we'll have there with you coming along. I remember one time we had a musical where you was playing for UICC.
The birthday thing.
Yeah.
Somebody's anniversary.
Yeah, I had on an orange. It's on YouTube. I had on an orange shirt. We had 2 drum sets.
Yeah.
And man, that was amazing, man. So it was
crazy.
that was my first church. They gave me a chance, man, and it's it was a great opportunity. It was great days, man.
Were you there long at all?
Yeah, I was there, like, I believe, man, up until my junior year in high school, I believe. Wow. And then I left there and went to Prevailing Faith, Pastor Brown. Yeah. That was my next church, and it was from then on, man. It's been a lot more. But
Let me ask you this though. So 12 to 16, right?
Yeah.
You're at a church. Were you in the church? Well, you were going to church, but it was because moms and your sister was making you, right, prior to playing the drums. When you started playing the drums and you started seeing the backside of ministry in church, as a child, because you're still a child at 12, 13, did it change your mind about a lot of stuff? Did you feel like you had to just go there and play drums, focus on drums, and stay out of the other stuff? Like, what did it do for you as a child, seeing the backside of church? Because it's not always as good as people think it is.
Yeah.
Especially as a child, and your brain ain't even there. Your emotions ain't there yet. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So for me, man, I stay out the way, man. I just played my drums and I left, honestly, just coming there, playing drums and leaving, I really didn't give myself a chance to see the other things. Yeah. I used to do things like, once the preacher get up, I'd go back there, get some air, because it felt like I was doing tabo, playing drums. Yeah, for sure. So I'd be back there, and he wasn't preaching long at the time, so I'll do that, and I'll just chill, man. I won't, I had no relation. I wouldn't say I had no relationship with God, but I wasn't reaching for a relationship really with the ministry. I was just there to play my drums, get my check and go. But once I got older, man, and I started understanding and started reading myself, and started getting, I'm not a big, Bible person. I don't read every day, but I read here and there. I make sure I stay in my word here and there. I give him his time each day, but I wasn't real big on that then. Until later on to probably when probably my junior in high school, start understanding a little bit the importance of having a relationship and knowing whose I am. So with that, it took me, it gave with that when I started doing that, making sure I stay in my word. Even if I'm not, just a piece of a scripture, just day by day, and once I started doing that, them opportunities started coming. And paying tithes is so big, man.
Sure,
you have to pay them tithes. Like, cause I ain't no real, like, even now, I'm not no real, hey, get up and go to church type of guy. I tell my friends, I had a friend that asked me the other day, man, how you do that church stuff, man? I know where we come from and how we grew up. I say, man, honestly, man, I have a gift. That what drew me really to going inside the church. If I didn't have the gift, I probably wouldn't even be there. I tell my girl that all the time. I wouldn't even be there. I'd be doing some other stuff. But since I put forward that effort to see what's going on within the word, and I told him that, man, you don't have to go inside the church, man, and listen to a preacher preach. You have social media, or you can just get it, you can read it yourself. Say your prayers each day, every morning, every night. You can do things like that to keep a relationship. You don't have to go inside there, man. It's always good to have I grew up in the church, so it's like, for me, I just love going to experience. I love to feel, I love to smell it, feel it.
That's what we grew up to do.
Yeah, but not all people grew up to do that. So you have to understand they, situation or how they live their life, or whatever they're doing, and don't be judgmental because because most people, they come up to me and think I'm just this spiritual. No, I'm by far. You probably more spiritual than I am, and everybody. And I let everybody know, like, I'm not Quez. I'm gonna be honest with you, and you're gonna be disappointed if you think I'm this type of person, But I'm really not, man.
No, I respect that. Let's fast forward. So you started playing ball when?
My freshman year, man.
What school you going to by then?
Richwood High School. I started playing my freshman year varsity. I ain't play no JV freshman, none of that. Started playing ball, man. And it was something, man. I was small, bless you. I was the smallest guy on the field, man, every game. It was horrible, but it was bad. It got bad to where I had to wear, like, you would think I was a hockey player. Like, I had the pads on, man. My coach had to pad me up, my elbow pads, my knee pads, man, because I was so small. But I had a little, pep in my steps.
So, tell me what made you start playing football? Because usually people start when they're younger. They play Pee Wee, Pop One, and all that. You said you didn't start until your freshman year.
My freshman year. Well, I started playing like my 6th grade year. I was playing quarterback for the Rec, though.
Wow.
Man, I don't know about it. Man, this is why I started playing quarterback. His name Coach Beaver. Man, so he threw a ball at one of the players, and I guess the player didn't want to throw it back, so he gave it to me. I threw the ball. I'm the quarterback.
Yeah,
easy. I'm the quarterback. Oh, he can throw a spiral, and we had no throwing play.
Yeah, for sure.
Horrible, man. We were handling every play.
Or running it.
Exactly, but I got so pissed off one game, man. I said hike. The fullback went the wrong way. I just stood there and held the ball. I'm like, man, I'm tired of this, man.
And you took a beating yourself.
What,
Thank
man?
you hurting them.
Yeah, I took a beating myself. So, fast forward to the next half of the season, I was playing for Coach Frank. I played fullback. Oh, man, the best thing that happened to me, I started playing fullback. Man, started, kind of getting some good looks in, man. So, moved on from there, went to Carroll, junior high, 7th grade. Really flourished there. I had like my 7th grade year, I had like 10 or 11 touchdowns. Going into my 8th grade year, that's when I transferred, got adopted and everything, and went over to Richwood. And so my 8th grade year, I didn't know nobody at Richwood. I just went out on the field, and they had me a cornerback.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, man, I don't play this position.
That ain't no position just to play.
I don't play this position. But my first game, I had an interception.
Wow.
Last time playing cornerback, started playing running back and fullback, and that's where going into Richwood High School, start having spring training, start getting some good looks. I knew I wasn't gonna start because they had Greg Hudson or something, Greg Hudson. Then they had Antonio Wilson, all them. So come springtime,
was Richard there that year?
No, that's before, 2 years before. I believe.
Okay.
A year or two before. Man, going into spring, my freshman year, going into springtime, it was very hard because this guys is a lot. I was the smallest guy on the field, so, and I was like fourth string then going into the spring.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. Then you have summer jam or something like that. That's when I got the initial start because I started running back. He tore his ACL or something.
Wow.
At the summer jam, and so I just started. We was playing West Washita or something, that was kind of easy, but it's West Washita. Sure. So I had a good summer jam game, and going into the season, my first game, I ended up with 15 carries, 200 some yards, and 3 touchdowns, something like that, and it just went up from there. I started flourishing from there. It was pretty cool, man. What whooped me I would never sign nowhere. What whooped me was ACT. That's what whooped me. It's crazy, man.
And I still ain't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, seriously. Every time I was supposed to take the ACT, something tragic happened. Literally,
crazy,
I signed up
man.
for it 3 years, and 3 times. I'm sorry, and I never took it.
Oh,
and
man.
I was smart.
Yeah, you was
3.8. It was easy.
Yeah,
man. It was because if I would have taken ACT, I would have done well. If I would have done well, I would have went to school.
Yeah, and you was crazy good on the field too.
Yeah,
until you start,
bro, hitting people
with your head first and all of that. So
let me ask you this though: how did you juggle? So you got really popular football wise. So
yeah.
What was that? Your sophomore, junior year?
My freshman year.
Freshman year.
Yeah.
But you had a big year. Which one was the big? Was it your junior year? I think you played.
Freshman.
Y'all played my brother. You and my brother the same.
Junior year.
Okay.
No, we graduated a year before. 2013. He 2012.
Okay.
But it was my junior year, my best year, junior year.
So I remember that because everybody was talking and all that. Let me ask you this: you growing up where you from? Because we know where we grew up at.
Yeah.
Nothing good is supposed to happen out of that.
At all.
You go from Carroll with all your friends, and I know you had friends, to the opposite end of the town. Where they talking a totally different language than they talk on the east.
Exactly.
Like we already know what time it is.
Yeah.
So how did you juggle football, academics, and being a church boy? Because you was in I'll speak for myself. Being in school, then being in school, people didn't even know I was a drummer at school.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was two totally different people.
Yeah.
I even had 2 girlfriends when I was in junior high school. Like I had junior high, not high school, because I didn't date nobody in high school my age. But that's another story for another day. Junior high, I had a school girlfriend and a church girlfriend. Yeah. Same thing elementary. Had a school. It was literally 2 different lives.
2 different lives, yeah.
So when you were in high school, you're doing well. How are your friends responding to the church boy looking nice on Sunday? But ain't no telling what you was doing when you got back to school. You know what I mean?
I'm like an open book. I'm the same person I was then now. When it relates to that, about being an open book, man, they knew. I'm like, bro, I got to go to church. I can't go to no party.
Yeah.
I got to make my little $75.
Yeah, for sure.
So I can't go to no parties. And all we doing is going to Raising Cane's anyway. Going to Raising Cane's, and then where we going, my homeboy house, be under the carport because he the only person on the team got a carport at his crib. And we having fun, and we not drinking enough. We just turned up with our music, and we chilling. But I got church in the morning. We won Friday.
Yeah.
We iced down Saturday morning, and trying to see who we got next, trying to see what they doing. Yeah. And man, they want to party on Saturday nights and Friday nights also. But they knew. I'm like, man, I gotta go to church, man. I gotta play these drums.
Yeah.
I gotta go to church. And so many words, man. I missed out on a lot playing drums. Like a lot of high school having fun activities.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can relate. I missed out on a lot because, man, Big Mike kept me busy.
I get it.
And I'm so grateful for that because, man, some bad things happened to some of my homeboys. You know, them being in the wrong place, wrong
Yeah.
time,
And some good stuff happened.
and get some.
Because we
Yeah,
gotta look at it in perspective. Because Quez, I have never been to prom. You know
I've been
why?
to prom all
I was
4
working.
years.
I've never been to a homecoming dance. You know why? I was working. I didn't play my either the middle to last part of my senior year or my whole senior year ball, and I was decent because I had to choose out of the church I was playing at the time required you to be at rehearsal on a certain day of the week. I don't want to say what day of the week because you know what church it is. And they started docking me because we had practice on that middle day of the week.
Yeah,
This was right before pregame day.
yeah.
So I had to choose, I'm going to make this money or I'm going to practice football. And by that time, Pops was really sick.
Yeah.
So I had to help, you know.
Yeah. Had to make him.
So I had to make a decision then. And, bro, I literally didn't play ball. You feel me? So I said all that to say, I've never been to prom. I've never been to homecoming dance. Like, never. I don't even know what it looks like. I almost missed my graduation because I had just I missed they canceled a flight. I was playing in Dartmouth, New Hampshire for the spring college something. And my flight got canceled. We had walked through the day before, I believe, at ULM.
Yeah.
Man, I almost missed my dang on graduation, 2009.
That's crazy.
Like all of the school stuff, and I don't regret my life. I don't, because I hit a good plateau when I was 15. Like I was playing for everybody.
Yeah.
Wasn't time for school. Man, there was plenty of days where I would get home with UICC on a Sunday night, Monday morning, 3, 4 in the morning. My mom wake me up for school next day. I don't feel like going. Okay. Because I still had 3.6, 3.8. Easy. School was nothing to me, bro.
Yeah.
But I started living like a grown man life when I was 15.
Yeah, that was the hard part, juggling that. But I had in the house, I had parents, my grandma, you know, papa, that understood and cared, and so they knew. You know, I still had to go to. The only requirement in their household was okay. I understand you got to get up and go to school because first you're a student athlete, and you know how they are about that. And my coach, man, playing the mornings, my coach had to come get me, man. Get me out of bed. Hey, it's game day. I done got home. I done had to play somewhere in Mississippi or something.
Tired.
Yeah, I went walked through earlier that day. I need to be at home resting for the game. No, I got to go out of town.
Yeah.
To play. And to make my bread because I know what I got coming up. I got prom coming up. I ain't finna bother mama.
Paying that for yourself.
Yeah, I'm not finna bother,
You don't get it, bro.
I'm not finna bother mama. Mama gonna give it to me regardless, but I want to have my exchange, So man, Friday, man, we playing. Crazy thing is, man, it was my freshman year, man. We're playing Care at Richwood, man. I get back probably 3 some Friday morning. I'm not going to school. I'm gonna just go
for the game,
pregame. That's it. I couldn't do that, My coach came to the house, man. Like, hey, rookie, that's what they called me in high school. We gotta go, man. You gotta get to school, man. Went to school. Dead in class, man. Man, dead to the world, man. After 12 o'clock, I went and talked to my 5th and 6th period teacher. I said, hey, I just need some sleep.
Yeah.
I said it's been a long night, man. I went to the locker room. Knocked out.
Yeah.
Up until 4 o'clock. Everybody getting taped and getting ready.
Oh, it's game day.
It's game day. It's time to go, man. Long story short, man, there was some long nights.
Yeah.
So, man, it was crazy trying to juggle it, man.
A lot, man.
It was a lot.
Athlete,
it was a lot.
But like traveling musician.
Yeah.
In high school, people don't understand how much
At all. It was a lot.
Even in that, tell me what the plan was your senior year. Did you see music being in your future, or was it school, going off to college somewhere playing ball?
Going to college, going to Southern to play ball. That's what I thought I was gonna be doing. But music was gonna be a part of that. I knew I wasn't gonna make it to the NFL, nothing crazy like that. I just knew because I didn't have the patience, and I just didn't want to. I just want to do something else. So with that, man, I wanted to play ball, get a degree. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I went to college to play ball, but I had my first son, so I had to come back. I wanted to, take care of him full time, and everything. So, at first, honestly, I was like, I don't have time for drums. Coming back home to take care of my son, I need to work.
Yeah,
just got a job, started working, got my first little apartment. Thought I was doing something, but eventually, drums just came back around. Like it was more of a need financially at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I needed it, so it was like, man, hold on. Then I started getting the calls, and hey, we couldn't get Trey, so we gotta get you.
That is funny.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know how many times somebody say, "Hey,
That
be
is
honest with you,
hilarious. Cut it.
Trey is not available."
That's funny.
So we're gonna. Are you able to do it? I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't. Let's do it. And so, eventually, when I started getting back into it, I got a call from Sean Kelly, like, hey man, you interested in playing Victory? Are you back in town? Somebody told me. I'm like, yeah, sure thing, man. And so that really, Victory is what really got me back into
in the scene,
in the scene and really loving it
Yeah.
again. And so when I seen that, that, and I seen the growth that was coming from it, practicing and doing what I was supposed to do as a musician, things start to work out for me. I believe, yeah, right then and there when things starting to work out for me, man.
So it wasn't a dream prior to
At all.
be a professional musician.
At
Did you even know that was obtainable?
Not at all.
Wow. So you just playing whenever Mike call you and on Sunday.
On
So you
Sundays.
didn't know it go no further than that.
Had no idea until a guy named Trey Wheeler. I remember you was I don't know. You was working for this office, bro.
Mhm.
Like I believe you worked in an office for like 4 years.
Yeah.
I think you was probably fresh out of high school.
No, for sure.
I think you was
'Cause
fresh
I
out.
had my daughter shortly after.
Yeah.
So like you, I was like, yeah, I gotta go give me a job.
And so after that, man, when I seen you doing your studio thing and just playing drums for a living and just getting things together, and it was so determined. It's like, man, this dude really doing this for a living. Like, where do he work? Like, is there one point like, man, we need some people at this job. I was working at Tom Sanders.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm gonna call my cousin Tracy.
Not happening.
Not happening. Because I'm saying you just like,
I quit my job.
yeah, I remember when you quit. I
was there
remember,
3 years,
yeah, you say. It was at one point, me and you was talking, and I'm like, man, you ain't making no bread. I was in high school. You was working.
Yeah.
And you sent me both of your bank accounts.
Yeah.
Man,
But I had
like,
that discussion with somebody the other day.
Man.
I remember my little cousin was talking crazy. We just started. Was that New Galilee? We was talking after a shed one day.
yeah,
New
New Galilee.
Yeah.
Yep, man.
But and that's. I mean, that was motivation. That wasn't no because
Yeah,
my family.
but first you told me, you said this is my job and this is my drums.
Yeah.
And I looked at drums and had more in it.
Right.
than the job. I'm
But
like,
I was also
bro.
like grinding crazy at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
people don't understand. Like I was playing
Everywhere. I remember.
literally. And by that time, I could ask for a little bit more money because I had established myself a little bit. And
Yeah.
people don't understand it takes a while to get
Get there,
you
yeah.
feel me? And that touring and that moving around every weekend, it just after a while it just wasn't good for me. It wasn't healthy, man. That stuff
Yeah.
will wear you out, bro.
Wear you down.
Like being in a car, being in a van, or being on a bus for 5-6 hours, get off, play, then eat something super unhealthy, come back home, get home at 4-5 in the morning, then got to go to church next morning, bro. It ain't nothing healthy about that
At all.
and that's when I gained the most weight, literally. Right, I couldn't get 200 pounds for nothing in high school playing ball. I was strong
Yeah.
as an ox.
You was like 190.
195.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't get no higher than 195, 197.
Yeah.
Bro, I did that gig right after high school, left, came back, 215, 220. I said in 2.5 months I've gained 15 or 20 pounds.
Yeah, man, that's how
It's
it
like
be.
that. So you didn't know that being a professional drummer until then.
Until
you
then,
saw
man.
somebody that you know
Yeah.
actually doing it.
'Cause I was seeing you doing. I'm just like, I don't know how Trey doing this. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Because
What
I'm
is
from
he
Monroe.
doing? Yeah.
And people here, we had never been exposed to that.
At all.
Because
At
the
all.
crazy thing is, we talked about it the other day, I hadn't seen nobody that had done it.
Not at all.
So I didn't have even a blueprint to how in the heck do I move through
Yeah.
this and do this full time. And I have like a daughter. By
Yeah.
that time, when I quit my job, I think my daughter was like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And diapers, I can't remember if she was out of diaper. Whatever it was expensive. Milk was expensive. Food was expensive.
Yeah.
But I quit right there in my office. Me and Dre had started producing and all that.
Yeah.
And I sent my old boss, my boss did, an email. Because I literally told Dre, I said, man, I'm about to quit. He said, what? Because he was working somewhere else too. He was working at Chase.
Yeah.
And
Chase.
all we did every day was call each other because I had my off. Bro, what we going to work on that, da. Man, I sat there, I don't remember what day it was, and I sent my boss a resignation letter, and he texted me and said, "I've been waiting on this. You way bigger than this," and we still cool to this day because I did the right way. Like he saw something in me even then. Like I was the only person at that job that didn't have a degree, had never been to college. I was the youngest person there, but I did payroll. I did all this stuff because he trained me and he trusted me with the bit. He stopped coming to work.
Yeah.
And he saw the leadership then, which just translated over to MD and this and business owning. And It was easy to own my own business. It was easy to delegate. It was easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I tell him all the time, Dr. Kerry Scott, thank you for even trusting me to lead a whole bunch of adults. Bro, I'm 19, 20 years old.
I remember, bro.
These people got a lot of degrees.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing, bro. I almost missed my graduation. You know what I'm saying? But let's fast forward. You come back, you start playing, you start doing well, making a name for yourself, and everybody wants you to play. Tell me at any time did you consider, and I'm talking about after you got hot, because I was seeing you everywhere. Oh, that's my little cousin. He killing. We seen each other every Saturday.
Yeah, every Saturday, yeah.
When Mama used to have
music.
And Sunday nights. Did you ever run into a point in time where you got so discouraged you wanted to quit? And if so, if you don't mind sharing, why was that?
Man.
After you got hot.
Honestly, man, like I said, it was that I went back to what started with that, why I'm getting the calls, unless, Trey can make it. I'm getting the calls. It's just about like, man, I know I'm an all right drummer. Yeah. I wasn't getting that response I wanted. But then I was so hard on myself, I didn't notice the response around me, like the positivity behind around me. It was there. Yeah. I just was so caught up, in it being there and the way I thought it should be.
You probably was comparing responses also.
Yeah, I was comparing
like that wild for him when he do that, and I do the same thing.
Yeah, I do the same thing over here, and it's like, I went back to that, and I was just like, man, it's cool. I'm gonna just play, get my check, and go. Yeah. That's it. That's all I wanted to do, and because of that, God will strip you because of things like that. Sure. And I was, and it wasn't just R&B gigs or what. It was gospel R&B. Like he stripped me of the opportunities, not because I wasn't good enough, but because, hey man. Now, I done fixed your heart and got your heart right. I put your heart in the right place, and you want to revert back to that. You need to, stick to the plan, stick to what I have laid out for you, and you'll see what's there to get. But I reverted back to that. But then I was reminded, man, you got to go through to get to. Yeah. But once you push through, stay where he put you at. Yeah. Don't even look back. Yeah. Looking back will be such a downfall on yourself. Like you'll disappoint yourself.
Ain't nothing back there.
Ain't nothing back there for you. He already pushed you through. Sure. So once I got back to that, I was like, forget it. I don't have to. Now it's been years now. I don't have to prove myself to nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
They get out. Hey, Quez, do some hot. Nah, I don't. I'm chilling, man. I'm tired. I know who I am, and then start hearing a little whisper, man, Quez ain't good as he used to be. This person ain't good as he used to be. They not quicker. It's like, nah. It's like, nah, where you at is where I used to be. Yeah. And so, like,
you ain't making no money.
You ain't making no money. You getting $45.
Ain't nobody paying for that.
Yeah, you getting $35, $45. You're not getting $50.
Yeah, you're not getting
not because you're not good enough, but because your mind and your heart wrong. When you start thinking different and start getting that word a little bit, it don't have to be every day. Just get into it.
And just be a good
pray,
person.
pay your tithes, just chill. It's gonna come. Work your butt off, and it's gonna come.
Ain't nobody ever got blessed by hating on the next person.
Exactly.
Nobody.
Exactly.
I don't care what's been said. A lot of my older years, I've never said somebody sucked, even if they did.
But see what I used to do, man. I used to suck bad.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've had dudes tell me that.
Yeah.
And I can always revert back and remember how I actually felt physically. Like heart hurt. Like
I look up to you.
Yeah, dog, you know what I mean?
Man, you don't understand.
I would never crush nobody's dream like that.
Yeah,
man. I mean? It's just not cool. And I don't believe people are blessed like that.
And what really motivates me, man, is honestly the people around me like you. You got Lang, Pooh Man, Terrence Smith play drums, Terrence Smith that play organ. People like this just motivate me, man. Because I used to look at you and I'm like, man, I can be that. Yeah. But I gotta, Trey, I feel like most times when you playing for UICC, like I knew you didn't have the time, but I felt entitled because of our last name.
Right.
I felt so. I'm like, man, he need to give me time, you know. But it's like, you know, I had to, you know, kind of look at myself and like, hey man, this man, he working his butt off. He working his butt off. He not gonna give you nothing. He gonna have to see you working, and then that reverts back to Summer Jam, the first one.
Exactly.
You looked at me, hey man, learn your music, cause I smashed on the first song. I'm like, you know, man, I came in hot. I didn't even listen to it at all, and then I was like, man, what is this weird timing? And then you looked at me. This is the first thing you said. Oh, that's some professional stuff you don't know about yet. I was like, bro, and then I'm like, man, no, y'all recorded. I'm in my head. I'm like, no, they recorded this wrong. Man, I went home after you
and actually listen to it,
and I'm practicing. I'm like, man, this is nothing.
Yeah.
And I went back, rehearsal, went through the whole thing. Man, I'm like, man, that's crazy. But then, right then and there, I knew then, like, entitlement can be your worst enemy.
Bro,
entitlement can be your worst enemy.
But tell them how you smashed the fast song.
Yeah.
And you overlooked the ballad. Because in our community, slow songs, they boring, they ain't got nothing in them. Man,
unless it's He's Able or something.
Bro, I know there are some slow songs, some ballads that are way more difficult to play than some moderate to fast tempo songs.
Exactly.
I know a lot of guys that overlook slow songs.
Slow songs to me,
you're crazy.
Crazy, man. It's so it's the little things, man.
Yeah, and it's way more tasteful.
Yeah, and you gotta actually listen. You gotta listen.
Yep.
You gotta listen because everything not the same, man. It's the little timings, the little man. It's and that opportunity you gave me with the first Summer Jam taught me that, like, you gotta listen, you gotta be consistent, learning, actually listening. Learn, like, I'm not where I can learn the bass part, but my part, I'm gonna come in and know. Even if I can't get to a drum set this whole week, I'm gonna come in Sunday, if not knowing 99% of the song, I'm gonna know 97% of the song. Sure. And we can do the intro, we can do, and you know, that one night of rehearsal taught me that and carried me for a lifetime.
But even, bro, I said this, and I shared this with you earlier off camera. I almost got put off my first tour because I didn't take it, and I was 17 years old, but I didn't take the opportunity as seriously as I should have. I was just going off gifting, like, man, I listen to all it. It was literally a tour with 7 different artists. So we talking 20-something, 30-something songs.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I started listening to it on the way to rehearsal that week of. The road manager literally got on to me and was like, I'm only recommending you because I know you can do it. And that day, I said, I will never be the weak link in the band.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because I was 17. We talking about 15 so years ago. And Marcus just brought that up. Or one of them, no, KD brought it up. He said, man, I remember when you was younger, you told me you'll never be the weak link in the band. And that's still... I still live by that to this day. You're not going to leave a rehearsal and say, man, everybody was good but Trey. Yeah. Everybody knew such and such but Trey.
Yeah.
No, because they don't even feel good.
Exactly.
Because the same way we talk about such and such ain't know his stuff, that can very well be the conversation had about you.
Exactly.
And you call yourself a professional.
Yeah.
Or advanced or whatever you want to call yourself.
Because you can't. We had a Sorrow Cows, myself, you. I think that was it. It was probably, and the Sorrow, man, punch for punch, lick for lick on his music. Man, he was smacking. Yeah. God rest his soul. Man, he was smacking both his songs. He was smacking. Yeah. And I'm like,
that was some heat that night.
And man, I'm like, man, that thing was crazy.
Yeah, I'll never forget that.
But I understood then that, man, learning your music and doing what you're supposed to do behind closed doors is the most important thing.
Learn your freaking music.
Learn your music, like.
And we keep harping on that, and you would the regular person be like, oh, they just learn your music, bro. That people don't take they don't take no kind of pride in learning music.
Yeah,
like, oh yeah,
because I don't do music for a living. It's one of my jobs. You know, I be on the truck and stuff, but I'm still gonna learn my music because you're not gonna come in and say, well, you know, you're not gonna stop rehearsal because I keep messing up on this part. I didn't practice on this part. No, we're not gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure I come in. I know mines. Now, I can't play keys, organ, or bass, but I know what goes right there. You know, I know if it don't sound right. It's just all about, you know, especially if you're doing this for a living. if you lazy and don't feel like learning your music, you may want
Do
to
something else.
apply it.
Yeah, go to
Circle
Super
K.
One.
Yeah, I got some friends that'll get you on or something.
Super
Yeah.
One, they definitely need people to
Yeah.
God bless you. But so let's fast forward. You play drums, you're doing well,
Yeah.
and you're still playing drums now. A lot has changed about life. You
A
had
lot.
kids, all family, cool,
Too
cool,
many.
cool.
Yeah.
God bless you. But you become an artist, and you have like a hit song. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the artist. It ain't Quiz. Tell them your stage name.
That's funny, man.
How did we get to that?
Oh man, Act Man is crazy story. I hope I don't cry, man. So,
No.
man,
You
I was
doing-
talking to Big Mike, man. This was 2 years, no, a year before he passed. I don't know if it was 2 or a year before he passed, and man, we was talking. I was like, Mike, man, I think I can be an R&B singer, man. That's when I first started writing When We Link, and I was saying, tonight we're gonna, that's all I had. He was like, man, you can do that, man. You can do anything, man. Quiz. It really don't matter what, because I was whooping him on Madden, and I had him on the phone. I whooped his butt on Madden, man, and he was like, man, you can do it, man. And so that kind of encouraged me. I didn't, I strode it to the side. So fast forward, I come back home 2021. I moved back home like in February, and said actually did a cover to "I'm Not Forgotten," and I was like, said, I didn't know you have all this. You know how to do tracks or something.
Shout out to Sid about it.
Yeah, Sid Harris, man. Y'all get at him, man. He said, yeah, brother, I can do it. I got tracks, man. I got the song. I said, no, it's not gospel, it's R&B. He said, what? I'm like, yeah, it's R&B, man. And, so we went in there. He was like, man, I got a track that I've been having, but I ain't let nobody hear it. And it was the track to When We Link. And so I'm putting my words. I'm like, man, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
And so we went in. Oh, you got to make another, verse. Da da da. I'm like, man, I'm gonna put somebody on it with me. I'm like, let's hit up Mark, see what he doing. So put him on it, man. And that's just how that right there, the response from that really motivated me to make, expressing myself. And man, from expressing myself to Saddle Up. And now I'm working on some more stuff. It's gonna be good, man. I actually had the opportunity to go to Los Angeles and do some BET Awards weekend.
Congrats.
It was with I think 102.7 Hot Radio. They had a little thing across from the BET Awards set up for new artists to perform. But unfortunately I was unable to make that. But however, I had a friend too, and he did very well, and he actually went to the BET Awards.
But you had the opportunity.
Yeah, the opportunity was there, but now I see where it can take me, because I really, honestly, I got good response from Wimby Link, kind of good from expressing myself, and like I was mind blown with Saddle Up, especially with the funds. It was real good.
You were
man.
talking that noise on that.
Yeah, and so I'm just, as I go, I'm learning, and so that's when I'm gonna come back with an EP, and I'm gonna polish them 3 songs. I'm gonna polish, add totally different things to them, make them sound more polished up with the the knowledge I have now of how to do things, how to take time to do this. Every little thing matters, because I was just doing it, and because
just saying.
yeah, because I know how to write. I can write a song. I can give you a hook. I can give you a verse within just give me 15 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna give you something, and it's gonna be within whatever the song is about.
Yeah.
So I'm very gifted with that, but I have more knowledge about the mixing, how I want it to
How to
sound,
make an actual
song. Yeah,
complete from beginning to end.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be some good stuff, man.
Let me ask you this: for you all that haven't downloaded, streamed, purchased his song, "Saddle Up," shame on you. To the
That's
people
crazy.
that have, y'all know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Let me ask you an even deeper question.
Oh man.
What was the reception like on Sunday morning after that song dropped?
Surprisingly good. All the songs surprisingly good. It actually, man, all my churches really, like, you can say, like, I advertised it.
Yeah.
Like, you guys know our drummer, he do R&B music.
Wow.
But see, that
that's
comes
great.
with me like being an open book, bro. Cause I'm not, bro. I tell all my churches I play for, from one, the first one in the morning to the second one in the morning to the third one in the evening, they know that I'm, I love God. I love everything about Him. You know, I know whose I am. I know who I serve.
Yeah.
However, like this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it's a career.
it's a career in it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just making this type of music just to be making it.
Yeah.
No, I'm prospering from it.
Yeah.
And you know, this, you know, especially my son expressing myself, it has some things that you know was very personal to me in there. That's to you know other people. And it was like, I really love that song. It really touched me.
For sure.
It made me feel this way about you know what I'm saying. So for me, it's like you know I'm glad that they respect it. I'm glad that they support it. And it's not just small support. It's like
Yeah.
great support. Like they'll share it.
Yeah. National
Advertiser,
support.
yeah, whether it's Snapchat,
Yeah.
TikTok, they listening to it in the background. I be saying different little things, and even in Texas, man, I'm on Instagram. Man, I got a video. The woman, her and her husband.
Yeah.
I mean, they you know Caucasian people listen to my song. I'm like, man,
And we can't
that's
take that for granted. That's
I
a
don't
big
take that's
deal.
it may be small to other people, but that's a big deal.
a
Like
big deal.
that's me singing. That's
They
my
can be listening
music,
to somebody
and
else.
they can be listening to somebody else.
Quez from Booker T is all over
Yeah,
the place.
like the short dude with the thing on his
Yeah,
app, you know.
He
Man,
everywhere.
I'm getting it
So,
in, yeah. And so
that's what's up.
that's a
'Cause
blessing.
You know how we know how church,
Yeah,
and even if they did listen to it,
yeah,
which a lot of them did,
yeah.
that don't keep them usually from judging outwardly.
Exactly.
So that's a big deal that they accepted it and they helped promote it, and I'm sure they bought it.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
So big ups on that. Let's fast forward. I got a few. No, first of all, I know you said you got an EP coming out.
Yeah.
Anything else you need to tell them about before we get into these questions?
Oh, not really, because I don't know when it's coming out, but we working. I don't know when it's coming out because
Soon.
we's waiting on more, you know, more
Yeah,
things to
yeah,
come.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah, but it's coming.
yeah, it's coming. It's
Yeah,
coming. This fall though. Maybe this fall.
It may be this.
Maybe
fall.
or next fall.
Or next
It
fall.
might-
You
but it's
know,
coming.
300-some days
Yeah,
apart from each
but
other,
it's
Y'all
coming.
gonna get an EP.
Yeah, yeah. At some point.
So just keep running the other songs up.
Oh yeah.
All right, I got a few questions for you.
All right.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
And I want your honest answer.
Okay.
Let's start with this one. This was easy. What's your most embarrassing drum moment?
Embarrassing drum moment.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we was playing this song. Man, I got like 10 of these. But we was, man, horrible. Man, we was playing this song. My first time. I'm gonna tell you about my first time. I'm gonna just let that be it.
Okay.
My first time
Wait, first time doing what?
messing up.
Oh,
my,
I thought
my
okay,
first
I thought you
time.
was about to share some personal
No,
stories. Let me tell you about my first-
My first time. My first time being embarrassed, man. I'm actually in Monroe. I don't know why I was hitting it, man, but it was at some church, man. I messed up so because I had one ear in there and listen to the track. I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Man, and it come out because I'm deaf, bro.
Oh, it's
It's
over.
over.
Yeah.
Don't put no speaker by me because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hear it.
Yeah.
I need the ears, man. Man, I had to act like I was like my foot pedal came loose, bro. I had to get down there and wiggle it, like keep going. Man, look, man, I'm like keep going, man.
Trying to catch that one.
Trying to catch that one. Man, I was so embarrassed, man. I was so embarrassed.
Did you ever catch it?
Yeah, I caught it.
Oh,
Caught it. It was like
After you fix your foot pedal.
quote unquote,
Yeah,
but it was like it was bad. It was like
Way up.
9 seconds later, probably 9.5, not 10 though, 9.5.
Long time.
Yeah, it took me that because
You
I'm
missed
like,
the whole pre.
but I had to play off like I had to fix my pedal. Y'all be
Yeah,
respectful,
yeah.
Y'all know I'm a great drummer,
Yeah.
but let me fix this pedal. I'm
I
not.
can't play on time without the foot pedal.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things I just couldn't control.
Hard
but
drop though.
yeah, they stopped
I've
it.
gotten off the click before. And it's like your whole life just flashes.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna do this.
Everybody,
And
man.
You can't get mad.
You can't get mad. It's
you
like,
can't say, "What are you looking at?" We all know.
yeah, man. We all know
Wow.
what you're listening to.
I did not know that you can play that out by fixing your pedal.
Oh yeah, man.
I
I was.
try that. If it happens again,
What's the song? Oh, confidence. Some confidence song. Some song, man. It was like that. Four on the floor. We rocking, and man,
got ahead of yourself.
man, listen,
Or behind
man.
you.
Yeah, one of the other, man. I had to go down there, wiggle that full pedal.
Wiggling on you.
Yeah,
You
man.
had to fix it, put it
Man, oh yeah, I had to fix it, man.
All right, let's talk this. What's your dream gig? What's one artist that you would absolutely love to play for?
Honestly, Fred Hammond, man.
Really?
Yeah, I actually took a vacation the Sunday I was supposed to play for him at the church I played for in Texas.
Really?
Yep, I played for I forgot the name of the church, man.
Wow.
But it was in that's crazy. I forgot the name of the church, but his assistant, our cousin Dwayne,
Uh-huh.
it was the church they was going to at the time, and Fred Hammond, assistant that follows him around and everything.
Yeah.
She actually attends that church,
Okay.
and so that's how he got there, and so it's one of those Sundays where we just had to come visit, home,
Yeah.
and so Mr. Gray, that was
on.
definitely going on my resume, man.
Yeah. I'll still write it on there.
Nah,
Because you don't even know the name of the church. So
I don't.
You probably
Man,
was.
I'm still thinking about it as we speak
You
right
literally
now.
could say I was there and nobody could.
I'm looking at my shirt I got at home. I think the name on
Great
it.
Gethsemane Baptist Church, I think.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Let me-
You crazy, man.
top 5 drummers.
You serious?
Period. Just it don't have to be nobody local.
Well,
It could be national. Top 5. They don't have to be any order.
I got Calvin Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
I got the new guy. What's his name? Lacey Cummers.
Ooh wee.
Lacey Cummers.
Lacey's a problem.
Man, he a big problem.
Them young dudes are a problem.
Most definitely. Calvin, Lacey Cummers, yourself.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Man, my other two, man. I don't know, man. They're my top 3 for sure. My other 2, I guess I'll put what's your boy name? I'm about to say Bobby Gender. I forgot his name. What's his name?
Bobby Jones.
Bobby. Man, what's the boy name?
Bobby?
He from Texas. He doing, Betty Hawkins. He doing they new
Joy
record.
Oscar.
Joy Oscar. That's one of my guys. And man, Brent Easton.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing too.
Yeah.
It's
You like Aaron Spears?
Aaron Spears. Yeah, I do, but it's like, man, I don't know if it's Aaron Spears or Eric Moore. Eric Moore don't. I want to put Eric Moore, but he don't really know gospel music.
It ain't no really don't know.
I don't
He
think.
does not play gospel.
Yeah, at all. I don't think.
He's a
but
good
he
drummer.
great
He's a
drummer.
great drummer, but
by far.
Yeah, everybody had their thing.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah.
Top 5 male and female artists. Mix the list. It can be gospel and R&B and country, whatever.
Man, first Tank, man. That's
love
my favorite artist. Tank, Fantasia,
Love Fantasia.
Leandria Johnson.
Love Leandria Johnson.
Shoot, man.
Some singers. That's 3.
What's that boy name?
Bobby
Nelson.
Jim.
Man, going on, man. Nelson, not Jonathan Nelson, the brother. Jason Nelson.
Yeah,
man, he cold.
He's a real singer.
Yeah, he's a real singer. Dog.
Yeah, he's
Him,
a real
Jason
singer.
Nelson, and one more. What's his name? Zacardi. Yeah, that's about it. Zacardi, man. He's
You talking about a singer?
smash,
Yeah,
man.
he's amazing. I got another question for you. Best no skip album. What's a record that you can listen to?
Kurt
every
Franklin,
song?
New Birth.
Is it New Birth?
Yeah, it's New Birth.
You talking about what Hosanna? on there?
Yeah, all that. Yeah, New Birth.
I think we had the VHS or the DVD.
Yeah,
'Cause that,
we had the DVD. We had
yeah, I love that. One.
yeah.
I want to play Hosanna. I want to cover that. I've never played that song. Like that song
Thought
is
you
so
had.
open. No,
Yeah.
never, ever. And Mike knew the whole piano
The whole
intro.
man, everything.
Favorite song of all time.
Favorite song of all time. What's her name? Total Praise. Of course.
Really?
Total Praise is
If you
my
had
favorite
one song to
song.
listen to for the rest of your life, it'd be Total Praise.
Yeah, it'd be Total Praise
Wow. Why?
because I'm encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
It's encouraging me to. Well, of course I'm encouraged. It's encouraging me to, to keep going, keep pushing, and it's really reminding you what God is to you.
Yeah.
And it's very self-explanatory in so
For
many
sure.
different
Yeah.
ways. And so, yeah, it's like I'm giving myself all to you,
Yeah.
whether anybody like it or not.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing, have done, and going to do for me.
Yeah.
So it's no reason for me to worry.
Yeah.
Like, sit back, relax,
Yeah.
and
Let
it's-
them handle this business.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
This I've never asked anybody this. I'm gonna ask you this.
Uh-oh.
Who would Chris Will love to do a feature with?
Oh,
Who's
Tank.
your dream feature?
Tank, T-Rail. Actually, man.
One. You get choose one.
Tank. That's
Tank.
it. Yeah.
You would love to do a collab with Tank.
By far.
All right. I got another question for you. And I've been asking my guests this. So you got a 20-minute open. You're a tour manager, right?
Right.
You got a 20-minute opener.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 30-minute in between, and you got a headliner. Who is your opener? You
My
can
opener?
cross genres. It can be freaking Beverly Crawford.
All
and
right,
Garth Brooks.
R&B. My opener is T-Rail.
Okay.
What was the second one?
30 minutes. So
I got a 30 minute. So I'm gonna give my 30 minutes to I really give my 30 minutes to your boy Trey Songz.
Really? You like Trey Songz like
Yeah,
that?
he
had a run,
straight.
dog.
He had a run.
He had a
It's
run.
over now, but he had a great
It's
run.
over.
Lift your hands where you are.
Huh?
Yeah, him and my headliner Tank. That's easy. Tank, and I want him to bring his band.
No, he has to sing live.
Yeah,
He can sing with tracks, but he has to sing live.
Yeah.
When I do get the opportunity to see him, I want to see the guys.
yeah.
All right, I got another question for you. So I started this the other day when I recorded with the guys I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make your creative player. I'm sure you play Madden or 2K.
Yeah.
Create players. You give them the best, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're gonna create a drummer,
Okay.
your own drummer, and they can be nationally or locally, whose mindset ideas do you want to take? Whose hands do you want?
Okay.
Whose feet do you want?
I'll tell you.
Whose performance style and energy you want, and whose professionalism. Let's start with whose brain and ideas, the way they interpret music. Who you want there from?
Calvin Rogers,
Whose hands do you want?
Tony Ruster,
Whose feet?
Thomas Pridgen.
Whose energy? Who do you like to watch perform?
What's that? He a preacher now too.
Josh Mayfield.
Yes, sir.
I already know who you talking
Yeah.
about. Whose professionalism?
Professionalism. I'll take yours
Wow.
because I know you're gonna be on time.
Yeah.
I know everybody gonna know their music wholeheartedly two weeks before the show. Everybody, like
Every
2 weeks going in, everybody gonna know their
Yeah,
music.
for sure.
Everything is gonna be on time. If it's not on time, it ain't gonna be good for the next time or even that time that day.
Literally.
Yeah, so yeah, that's one of the things. And people think I just pick you because you're my cousin. No, you got to think about it. What Calvin Rogers giving them guys in Chicago, they look at them. They looking at Calvin like I look at you.
Yeah. We
Like
just
that's
in different
something.
city, bro.
We just in different cities.
Yeah.
So the energy that Calvin's getting, being on all these records and
Yeah.
everything, you giving it to Monroe. So I don't. I'm not a fan of Convergo because these big names.
Yeah.
But in Chicago, they saying Trey Wheeler,
Yeah.
Louisiana,
Yeah.
and people don't know that though. That's crazy. That's something to talk about too. People don't know that. If I go travel to Mississippi or I go to Texas, I know people in Texas when I move that knows you because of your gift and how not to be on some crazy stuff, but how big of a gift you have.
Yeah,
It don't just reach Louisiana.
Right.
All the cities here. Like people gotta understand the way you think. The reason why you think the way you think is because like this is Monroe not the only city that people know him at. No, this man is known. Now I have to explain it to people. This man is known nationally too, just like a Calvin Rogers, Tommy Pridgen. Like
we don't talk about it.
we don't talk about it because we see him every day. Hi, Trey. That's it.
You'll see me at Super One.
Yeah, that's
Me
crazy.
and BL talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
People lose the respect because you can see me.
You can see me every
I'm
day.
at Super One. Oh, yeah, he from Monroe.
He ain't nobody.
I am from
No.
Monroe, but I am not of Monroe.
Yeah, come on now, speak,
Literally.
man. And people don't understand
Don't lose
that.
the respect though, y'all.
Yeah.
That's and I'm not just speaking for myself.
Yeah.
Just because somebody's here and they love the city enough to stay and pour into the city. Not saying that the people that left don't love the city enough,
Exactly.
but y'all gotta show a little bit more respect. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like everybody else. We've all had opportunities to leave. I'll just say that.
Exactly.
We still are being asked to leave. But I love my city. I did an interview last year, and I don't care about I do care about the violence, but the violence and drugs and all that, bro. I grew up in all that. That stuff don't scare me. But I feel like I'm the light, and I know I can change. I feel like he the light. Like everybody got some sense of influence, and I just choose to use mine the right way because I grew up the way I grew up. I'm supposed to be a totally type of guy. I'm telling y'all. Y'all see me at church and all. From what I know.
That's what they don't understand, man. They see
I chose to be a good guy.
Exactly.
Literally.
And that's what they don't get. Like,
it's a choice, bro.
We didn't grow up in church. No,
we
drums.
Were born to church. Yeah,
drums put us in there. Like drums, what inserted us in there, man.
Real talk.
Like it was hard for man.
We choose to be decent people.
Yeah,
because we were taught right.
That's why if I go off the hook today, people look at me crazy. But nah, this is who I've been. But you never seen that side because I show you what I want you to see. I'm cool. That's why I don't be out a lot.
Bro,
come to church. I'm at the house, my family. And that's it, bro. I'm chilling. I've graduated from doing all that,
it's
man.
Weird. Like I tell people all the time, I can relate to anybody. I can put a suit on and go have a great business meeting, or I can go to Barlow Street like I have a few times in the last couple of years and talk to my old neighbors like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And they can be smoking and drinking. It ain't gonna bother me.
Yeah, it ain't gonna bother me. I grew
know who
up.
I am, and they know what I stand for.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? It's all love.
It's all love.
It's still all love. Because I ain't never switched.
Exactly.
I just became a better man. And even then, they knew I was gonna be something before I did. Exactly. Hey man, don't do that. They'll send me back to the crib. Hey, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Me and my little brother.
Don't go to the house.
Practice. Y'all gonna play basketball. Y'all ain't going past the store on the corner. Yeah. They wouldn't even let us go down the street.
For real. That's how I used to be, man.
And I can name a couple of names that can vet. They wouldn't let us go down the street.
For real.
I'm telling y'all. Yeah, so when people see something in you that you don't even see in yourself, just go with it, y'all. Stay out of trouble. It ain't cool or cute to be in jail. I promise you.
At all, man. I promise you.
Let's go. I got 2 more questions for you.
All right.
Respect or loyalty? Which one you prefer? And why?
Stay loyal to me. That respect thing, it's gonna follow with the loyalty. I feel like because it's so many. I can respect you, like, hey Trey, that's my brother. But I can go snake you too and say, hey, he not even good for the gig.
Yeah, real talk.
He not good for the gig. I really should be the one playing.
Yeah.
He not good for business. Get my band.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. But that loyalty of man, hey, I don't have a problem with the gift. I have a problem with the man.
Yeah.
He the best man for the job.
Yeah.
So get him. Yeah. That's my cousin. Not only he's my cousin, not because he's my cousin, but he's the one for the job. Yeah. If I'm finna bring Ricky Dillon to the city, my drummer can't come. Do you guys have somebody down there for the job? I'm not finna say, hey, me. No.
Right.
I'm finna go. I'm not finna say, even if they call me, they say, man, I want to put you on this. Just because I denied and I tell them to call Trey or even call Terrence Smith, it's not because I feel like I can't do it. I'm not ready for something like that. But I know, given the timely matter, I know who's more experienced. Trey Wheeler is the guy for the job because he's more experienced and he's gonna know the music. Especially when you guys call, you guys talk and get the understanding of what's going on, what music. He's gonna work his butt off and he's gonna have that music that next day probably for you, and he's gonna come in at evening for rehearsal and straight dump.
Yeah, for sure.
And then y'all gonna be looking like, man, we appreciate you, and that's where your blessings come from, man. And so
putting the right person in place.
Yeah.
And in turn, you get something way better than money.
Yeah, exactly. You get so much respect, and you get a line of friendship.
The best I'm telling y'all, you are not always the best person for the job.
At all.
You make your city look bad when somebody comes
down
here and you and your friends, you put your friends on, and y'all know y'all can't handle it. I've been there before, and I'm not talking about nobody specifically. I promise you, I don't have nobody in mind because I would say, hey, you're not. But I'm telling y'all, sit back, learn, put the right people in position, and you're going to be blessed from that.
Yeah, and that's why I never do that.
Before I got to play for anybody. Yeah. Real talk. Man, I'd have been pushed off the drums, all that stuff. Yeah. You know what I did? I worked my butt off to made people want me to play. Yeah. Literally.
Now you're a need. You ain't no want.
And I can sit at the house whenever I want to.
Exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
Y'all, matter of fact, do you have anything to say to, because this is it's the legacy project intentionally named that. Do you have anything to say to the upcoming musicians. Period.
Man, stick with it, man. But early on, develop a prayer life, man. Pay them tithes. I don't care how old you are, man. Like, if you starting off, let's say you about 10, man. Like, get under somebody's wing, and just make sure it's something you really want to do first.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people treat it like a hobby. Like, that's what I was doing at first too, treating it like a little hobby. But it's not only a financial, income type thing. It can help you with certain things. But yeah, you can benefit a lot from it. But the relationships I done got so many opportunities.
There you go.
For things outside of drums because of my relationship with the people, because of drums. I have with other people because of drums. I'm connected with them. So if God forbid, I lose my job tomorrow, I know I'll be starting Monday. You know what I'm saying? Else. I can do something else. I'll be starting Monday because I have friends and connection with guys, that stay loyal to myself, that stay loyal to me, and I stay loyal to them, and we just built a bond outside of music. But when it comes to music, we still have that business like mindset and respect for each other, know our stuff. But at the same time, things like that will help you along the way. Don't be afraid to ask. Like that was my biggest problem coming up, and that's why I felt the way I felt, because it's my fault that I wasn't at the church with you and Josh Smith at three in the morning. I had access to it. I had the resources. It's my fault. My pride. It's my fault. Ain't nobody fault but Chris, because I chose to just sit up and be all mad because ain't nobody for no reason when I can be with them. Yeah. But all I have to do is just open my mouth and ask. Yep. He not gonna say no.
Not at all.
And I'm already knowing, because every time we cross paths, hey, let me know if you need me. Yeah. And every time but see, the thing is, every time I text you, you right there, you respond. Yeah. If you don't respond, it's because you're busy rehearsal with your kids, you respond. Even with the recording, when I got my just recently when I got all my software, calling you every second. Hey, how you do this? How do you record vocals? Every time. Even when you was there, that's when you started your job and everything at the school. Yeah. And it's things like that, bro, that us younger musicians would take for granted, man. Pick up that phone, bro. Because you can easily, just like you doing this for a living, Lil Charleston, he probably be doing this for a living. Sure. He got the resources, and he started early to where he know he can call Uncle Trey. Hey, I want to come to the studio. I want to do this. He using his resources. He's growing up in it. He's not going to be afraid to pick up the phone. He's not even afraid now. Yep. It's all around him, even in his father and everything. So it's things like that you have to do if you're really serious about it, and you really got a heart for it, and you know that you can go far in it, man. Get a relationship, man. Sometimes it's about who you know, not what you know.
For sure.
Because it's a lot of things I played for I wasn't qualified to play for. It's because of who I know. That rehearsal, they was ready to call somebody else. That first, but that second verse, oh yeah. Yeah, I was ready. I was ready then. Relationship. That's all. About all the time. Yeah.
Good relationship.
Exactly.
You would get on more gigs with good relationships than you will with your gift.
Exactly.
Like you just said, you weren't qualified. It's been plenty of stuff that they could have chose somebody better.
Yeah.
But the relationship was good, and that the professionalism is going to always be there. It always has been there.
Yeah.
Even when I wasn't good, I knew to be on time. I knew to not smell like whatever. I knew to look nice. I knew to know my music. Yeah. You know what I mean? So y'all listen to that. Y'all take heed. I got one last question for you. Okay. And this is how we're gonna end this. When it's all said and done, whenever you check up out of here, hopefully and prayerfully it's a long time from now, from natural causes.
Yeah.
What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to remember about Quez? What do you want them to say about? What's your legacy when you get up out of here?
Man, shoot, man, I was fun guy to be around, man. As far as drums,
just in life,
just a great guy to be around, great guy to play with, to accompany, like within anything, not just music. Just if you need advice, a great friend, a real stand-up guy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna be straightforward. That's the only time you need to come to me if you want a straightforward answer without this would have been no. I'm gonna tell you, hey, you was wrong, but I don't want to talk about the wrongdoings. Let's talk about what we can do to make a next step to fix it. We're not gonna dwell on that. You know what I'm saying? We're just a guy that's gonna love you for who you are. I'm not gonna judge you. I don't have no room. Like I don't have no room, and at all. I just want to be somebody remembered as like, a very respectful, very well like rounded person. Like I'm no arrogant type guy. Just I'll take you for who you are.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the best looking. It is what it is, man. I want to be remembered as somebody that just genuinely loves people.
Yeah,
I just love people. I love being around. I love family. I love especially family, man. I love being around my family.
Yeah.
It's just one of them things I want to be remembered for, man.
For sure. Well, I'll tell you that I've said this in private, probably not enough directly to you, and I know I've said it to other people, but I've said it publicly. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it, man.
I hate the times because, to be completely honest and transparent, there were times that we were put against each other, whether it was conversation or whatever, because there's always competition.
Yeah.
No matter if it's blood related or not.
Exactly.
And I hated the times that we did possibly let either one of us let us get to that. And I can apologize publicly, privately for that.
Same
because
here, man.
It was stupid.
It was very
just
stupid.
Ego stuff.
And then when we get around each other, we just
it's all love.
It's all the hugging on each other, talking.
But I'll say that as a man, I apologize. And it was.
I apologize too.
10,
Yeah.
Even more.
It's crazy.
But I was hot.
Yeah.
Cousins, who the best?
And
at the end of the day, I want to be the best. Not because of an ego stroke. But I'm so competitive. Bro, I don't even let my kids win in Uno.
Man.
You feel me?
Exactly, man.
So it don't matter about it being a ministry-based thing or no, I'm the best.
But, we striving.
That don't mean you ain't great. I just
know who I am.
I am so competitive. That's been in my blood since I've been alive.
That's what it is.
So I'm man enough to say, hey, I apologize. I've never said nothing weird.
Yeah.
But still, I know I had a sense of arrogance about myself years ago. In my
same here, man.
20s.
But see, I didn't look at it as arrogance. I just look at it as, to me, how my outlook on the whole situation was, man, he the best. Like, I knew you was the best, and I'm trying to follow you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm coming. I'm on my way. I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, man, man, you gotta understand, Trey. Like, your outlook to people, man, you get better and better. Yeah. It ain't no. You have drummers, and not no shade intended for anybody. They get older, and they get slower. I shared with you some years ago. I said, man, I'm looking at your videos on YouTube when you had the dreads. Yeah. I was like, man, you done got a tad bit slower.
I remember that conversation.
And then next thing you know, listen to this though. Next thing you know, we out. I don't know what you playing for. You did the concert at New Salem. You, Pooh, Andre, and
was it the all white?
Y'all did 99.
Summer
Jam. And man, I'm like, in the mid concert, I said, I take that back. I take that back because like you were whooping. Like for me, I'm like, and they asked, is your cousin Eric? I'm like, nah, he just. You gotta know who you are. He carry himself the same way behind closed doors, like that he'll carry in front of you guys. It's just what it is. And I had to learn it. I had to pay attention when I caught on to it, how professional you do things. That's not a sense of arrogance. That's a sense of having your crap together and handling your business. And don't say it's arrogant. What I should have did, opposed to saying it's arrogant, was I should have said, hey, man, handling the business. I should have got my tail up and followed behind it, because you got to be a follower before you be a leader, because you had somebody that you was following behind so that you can become a leader. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And so it was one of those things for me. I had to grow up. I had to suck it all in. Because one part I told my mom, I'm like, man, Trey good. He just keep getting better. I said, how you keep getting better? She has nothing, no knowledge about drums, and I'm asking her. I should have been calling you and whoever else to see, because you didn't slow up. Like, even now, you haven't. You get better, man. And it's a headache when you got people, that look up to you and that's chasing you. And it's like, man, I need to quit I need to quit my job and just focus on drum. Man.
It's again, that's the competitive nature.
And it is.
Years ago when you were younger, I said you're a better drummer than me. I told you.
Yeah, you said you're better. You're better than me for sure.
But I said
you're not gonna outwork. You say you ain't gonna never outwork me. Yeah, you better than me though. No, I give you that.
No, I've told you that to your face, and I've told other people. Most of these guys are better and more skilled than I am.
Yeah.
It ain't many people that you're gonna see that work harder than me. And I pay attention to
to me, the only person I call on if Trey Wheeler can't make it is Terrence Smith. That's somebody who works.
They
like
work
his tail off.
Drummer a few years ago. He wasn't at all.
At
People
all.
think he been a drummer for 20-something. Terrence, if y'all go back and look, Terrence wasn't playing no drums 10, 15
years
ago. Yeah, no. He was around music with Quartet.
Yeah.
He wasn't a drummer.
Yeah,
you know
he wasn't a drummer. He was coming up.
Nah,
And that's a person, man. That's another story. Man, he tough, man.
I tell people all the time, you can say you better than me and all that.
Yeah, you're not gonna outwork me, and
you're not gonna be more professional than me, and that's what it takes.
You two got y'all two the most like professional people I know when it comes to doing business, right? With drums or anything else. Y'all work y'all butt off. Like it gotta be respected, and it can't go unnoticed. Like if I had a plaque, I'd give it to you, but. It's crazy because
they be sleep,
they don't understand,
they be
and then they come out. You know, you have other upcoming drum. They come out, do their licks, and they listen to probably you or somebody else, and they say, "Man, he ain't like he used to be." It's like,
I'm
nah,
not like I
used to be. Yeah, because if I was, I'd be doing the same thing you just did, and not and broke.
Yeah,
$45, $35
and
on a
not
good day.
It's all about money, but if you call yourself a professional football players don't play football part-time.
Yeah.
They play full-time, and they're not going to Walmart that night. Because their profession, what they committed their life to, is paying their bills. I'm a professional musician, and I know that. I have been for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is respect. That's all. I've always been about that. Yeah. Like, hey, if you don't respect me, hey, stay over there. We good. Yeah, I ain't going to hire you. Because, and I don't have to love or like everybody that I play with. Yeah. I don't. Because there's been plenty of times where I got put on something and it was with somebody I didn't like.
Exactly.
You think I'm going to say no if I want to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it ain't personal. No, I'm gonna get my bread. And off camera, I told you about that. I'm gonna get my bread. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna work. Yeah.
But I just want to tell you, I'm proud of you. I am genuinely proud of you.
Appreciate
you
it, brother.
Amazing, and I mean that.
Appreciate you,
and
man.
I love you to death.
Love you more, brother.
But a call away, and all that bull, bro. I don't care nothing about that.
Yeah.
Like nothing was said hurt my feelings enough.
Exactly.
For you to even not be here.
Yeah.
I text you and called you intentionally, like I handpicked. You know what I mean? So I believe in you. Still, your best days ain't even came yet. So
I appreciate
I just want you to continue to work. I want you, because if you continue to work, that's only gonna make me continue to work. Because I don't want you nowhere close to me. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, it's tough, man.
I don't want you.
It's tough, man.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the Playback Podcast with my special guest and my family member, Chris Wheeler. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the YouTube, to the Facebook, and tell them your social media before we get out of here so they can start following the artist formerly known as Chris Wheeler.
Me crazy. Man, my artist name Chris Will on Facebook, WIL. My Instagram, I really don't know my Instagram.
That's okay.
Man.
Me neither. I don't know.
I don't know my Instagram. I don't really know none of my social media, man. To be honest, just
Chris Will.
Yeah, Chris Will on Facebook, man. Look me up.
Download all that, buy stuff. Again, thank y'all. This has been a Legacy Project. This has been the Playback Podcast. Until next time, we'll see you.